Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nuggets News. Tonight's video is going to be a little bit different to the educational video series I've been doing this week for new guys to the crypto space. We're going to look at some technical analysis side of things, focusing on the Ethereum price, where it's come from and where I think it can go. Okay, so Ethereum having another good run today, up 10%. These things generally quieten down over the weekend, particularly Sundays, as it's just generally harder for new players to open accounts with banks and get money into crypto. Okay, so don't be surprised if we see things pull back a little bit over the weekends, and might give you a lower entry point if you've been looking to buy in. So this is just a chart that I've made up with TradingView.com. Okay, these guys have got some good tools. They show the live market data, so I'm just going to start from back here at the start of the year, the start of 2017. What I've done is I've just identified a few cycles, okay? So we've got some big cycles down here and then some smaller cycles as well. So these just represent the rhythms of money flowing in and out of the crypto market, okay? So you see here, sometimes we have a little mid-cycle pullback in the big cycle, okay? So a good example of it here in this one. But generally, these things are going up for the majority of the cycle, and these Fibonacci extensions give us a guide on how high the price might get in the next cycle. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here, go back a few months, back to when I started to really get into Ethereum around around the $12 mark, and use what we call a Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, so I just want to have a look at one cycle at a time so you guys can see this clearly. So I get my Fibonacci retracement tool. We go to the start of the cycle bracket here, and we go to the top. So this thing here represents very bullish activity. Okay, so I'll just mark that there. We see it pulls back to the 23.6 fib retracement, and then all the way back to the 50% retracement level. Okay, but as long as it doesn't break the low anywhere in these cycles I've identified, that represents the chances are that it's going to go up in the next cycle. Okay, so I'll just remove those now, and what we've done is for the next cycle, now we've identified the top and it's pulled back. This next cycle is about to start. Just click on my Fibonacci extension tool here. I've already done these for you just for the sake of the video, but all you do is click from the bottom of the cycle to the peak there, okay? And then what this does is give you some projections, and what this does for me is give me an idea of what I can expect in this next cycle as we bring this into screen, okay? So what we saw here is it almost pinned this 4.236 extension perfectly on this big spike up here, but probably a better number with more volume was the 3.618 extension here. Okay, so again, let's grab my Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's see where this cycle started here. Okay, let's go to the top. I don't really want to count this spike up at the top here, but this is probably a better indication. And then it pulls back and touches again the 3.28 retracement tool. So a lot of technical analysis traders, especially the guys on the ETH Trader Reddit, use this Fibonacci tool. Okay, so it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy, is that guys are going to have buy orders here at each of these Fibonacci retracement levels. The smart money, okay, so when there's a panic sell, there's naturally going to be computers that are buying and good traders that have got their buy orders set on these Fibonacci retracement levels. So again, shallow retracements, it doesn't pull back too deep. Nowhere in the length of this whole bracket did it get below where it started the bracket. This is a really bullish sign for the next bracket to come. So I'm just going to take that away. And again, this next bracket here, the Fibonacci extension tool, now we've gone from where it started to the high here, and we're going to shuffle across to the next bracket. And what this does, again, it gives us an idea of some price targets to expect. So again, this pinned the 50% extension almost perfectly in this next bracket. But then it didn't really do much, okay? It just consolidated for the majority of this bracket here. So again, at no stage in this bracket though did it get below where it started. So this means that the bullish trend is still intact. Okay, so I'll get out my fib retracement tool again, just from the where the cycle starts here. Oh, sorry, grab that again. Where the cycle starts to the top here, and this is the deepest pullback we've seen so far, all the way back here to the 73.6. But again, at no stage did it break that low, which is the really important thing, and then that gives us an indication of where we might expect the next cycle to go here. So move along to the next cycle. Again, I've got my extension tool from where it started to the high. Shallow retracements again, bullish. Now, where do we expect this next cycle to go? So this brings us to the current price here. Okay, so it's got all the way up here. It's pinned the 3.618. I mean, this is just incredibly bullish stuff. You don't see these extensions very often in stock markets and other markets. Okay, so the interesting thing with this latest bracket here is that I expect a little bit of pullback towards the end of it here, where both these cycle rhythms are sort of pushing down. We normally get a bit of a consolidation, as you can see here in these other brackets. Now what's really, really bullish is that barely any pullback at all. So what can we expect going forward? So we've already seen a 50% extension. That would give us a price of $350. This is in the next month as well, okay, until this cycle finishes at the end of June. So we've also seen a 100% extension. That would give us $400, and we've seen extensions as bullish as the 2.618 and in one instance the 3.618. Okay, so I'm not saying that Ethereum is going to go to $900 in the next month, but if the long-term bull trend stays intact, we could have another instance where we just have a consolidation here for a month and then another big swing up. Or, I mean, if you had to tell me Ethereum was going to go from $12 to $280, I wouldn't have believed you. So who knows if this thing's just going to keep going up. But the important thing here is that it doesn't get below $250 in this cycle, in this next month, okay, until the 1st of July. So if at any stage in this next cycle it broke down below here for a few days, that's when I would maybe look to lock in some profits and say, has the trend changed? Okay, so I guess this is just some cycles and rhythms that I've identified, but by no means gospel. Another form of technical analysis that I really like is Elliot wave theory, which says that markets move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C retracement. So again here, if we have a wave 1, wave 3 is the biggest wave, okay? So who knows if this is wave 3 in an Elliott wave count, and then we have a bit of a pullback or consolidation, stay above this 250 for a month, and then we have another big wave and just take off. So these are just a few thoughts I had. Like I said, by no means gospel, but this is a few things that I'll be looking at. Maybe look to lock in some profits if it gets below 250. Set some buy orders at a few of these fib retracement levels. Okay, so all the best. I hope you've enjoyed that video. A little bit of something different, just a short one, just a quick one. Cheers.